Tua in the backfield, Mostert to his side. It is a 1st and 10, and Tagovailoa 4 of 6 through the air. Nice block by Hunt. He's got Tyreek Hill, and hold on to your Hex. Down to the 47. Brought down by Neiman. 30-yard catch and run, 1st down.
Well, this is the risk you take when you go man-to-man against this Dolphins team. The motion by Tyreek Hill inside to the outside, which gets separation from J.C. Jackson. And then on that dig route to the inside, you see the safety helping deep.
Smythe in motion. Fake to Mostert. Blocked by Lamb. And he's got his receiver again. Hill riding him down. Michael Davis.
Well, we talked about the success that the Chargers were having running the football, which would set up the play action. That's what the Dolphins have done.
2nd and 9. Hill on the move. Blocked by Lamb. Tagovailoa chased by Bosa and gets the ball off, and Smythe again at the 45 and a 1st down.
Down the middle of the field, watch over to your left. He's going to release and go right upside the hash, and as he sees Tagovailoa release and flush to the outside, he stops his route and comes back to the ball, making a friendly catch. Good communication, nonverbal communication.
With Ahmed, who's now on the fly, 2nd down and 10. Tagovailoa, a laser caught. Hill slices inside, taking it inside the 15 on a rope.
Well, it's already a bunch to the right. They motion out Ahmed. That brings 4 receivers to that side.
In goal, the fullback, 1st and goal. Block right there. Mostert to the end zone. Caught. Craycraft. Touchdown. Miami. They've got the lead.
Then realized Craycraft was behind him in the back of the end zone. Good protection, good play design. Craycraft with the touchdown.
Hill's not even in now. 1st down and 10. Fake to Mostert. Blocked by Smythe. Down the near side. Caught. Waddle right in front of Davis. Pick up and stops the clock.
Well, that was a very long developing play. They were able to get the completion up near midfield and get out of bounds. So far, they've held up pretty good.
2nd and 13. They need the 45. And he's got him. There goes Hill. He gets by James. Breaks a tackle of Jackson. Off to the races and ushered out of bounds by Gilman.
He's as quick as a hiccup, as you said, Kevin, but he's also strong as a running back, and he reminded us of that in meetings yesterday. Said a lot of defensive backs forget the fact that I was a running back in college, so once he gets the ball in his hands, he's very physical as a runner. Josh Boyer.
Yep. So that was a interesting call. And look at what the poor punt with the best beginning field position, 35 of LA. He's got Hill. That's a touchdown. The sack sets it up. The defense held. The electrifying Hill finishes it off for Tua Tagovailoa.
Drops down. Derwin James was dropping down, so that left one-on-one to the outside. J.C. Jackson, who just had the big interception on last series.
Guard to center, and Tua. They lose 5. We're back to 3rd and 15. Here they go. Here they come. And on the move, Tagovailoa throws. It's caught by Berrios in front of Davis. He got the ball. What a catch at the 36.
And Braxton Berrios sticking with Tua as he gets to the outside. Look at the placement of that football.
Wow.
Able to secure the ball. There's no bobble to the ball at all. As much as Brandon Staley, the head coach of the Chargers, is trying to wave it off because he's right there in front of it, they would go for it here on 4th down. But let's see how this third down unfolds.
Tagovailoa, Hunt the block. Tua on the move, going deep, speed race. He's got Hill! He's got Hill! He beat James! What a play!
By Tyreek Hill. The Chargers only rush 3. Tua steps up in the pocket, and he sees Tyreek Hill one-on-one on that right side.
Rajacoma is in the backfield. And they go to the end zone, and caught! Hill! Touchdown! Touchdown! The Dolphins have recaptured the lead.
One-on-one against Michael Davis to the corner. What a day for Tua Tagovailoa. 466 yards and his third touchdown of the day. Davis not able to locate the ball, and Hill bringing it in for the Dolphins to take the lead.